Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to complete the net monthly income worksheet on page 48 of your workbook, all right, for junior achievement. So what I would like for you to do right now is to make sure you write your name on this line, and you're going to write a job title. For the purposes of this, I'm going to use my actual job. I am a teacher at the secondary level, which means I don't teach elementary school, but I don't teach college, right? So then, all right, it says to complete lines 1 through 7 to calculate your net monthly income. Use your life scenario card. We're not using a life scenario card to identify our gross annual income and our federal income, Social Security, and Medicare tax amounts. You did research to come up with your own career, and you found a median salary for that career. So we're going to calculate all of it based on your actual interested career, okay? So your math will not be the same as mine because you're going to have a different gross annual income, but the steps will be the same. Okay. So for the gross annual income, that's your yearly salary. When we did this together, you looked up the salary range, and I told you to pick a number somewhere in the middle, right? So we have what would be called the median salary here, okay? So I'm going to use the gross annual income of, a teacher at my state, and I make about $55,000 a year. Nice if it was more, wouldn't it? Anyway, in order to find my monthly income, I have to take line 1 and divide it by 12. So I'm going to take 55,000 and I'm going to divide it by 12. Okay. So on my calculator, 55,000 divided by 12 is equal to $4,583.33. Now notice on the calculator it says 0.333333. We're dealing with money, right? So when we're dealing with money, we're always going to round up, so we have 2 decimals or 2 spaces after the decimal, 2 place marks after the decimal point. Okay, if it's 0.1, you're going to add a 0.10 to say 10 cents instead of 0.1. You get it? Okay, so I'm going to keep the 0.33 because it's not over 5. The next thing I have to do is calculate my federal monthly income taxes. This is the hardest part of this. You need to go back 1 page to page 47. On page 47, it's going to show you a range of federal tax calculations, how we calculate our federal income tax. So if I go back a page, I see it right here. On the page it says Social Security and Medicare, right? So that we know how much we have to take out of our taxes so that the federal government can run, which is income tax, right? The other kind of tax we have are Social Security taxes. That helps take care of people who can't work anymore or who are retired, of retirement age. And then Medicare helps to fund health care for the people on Social Security, okay? So these are benefits that we give to our populations that we all pay for so that we can enjoy or at least survive through our retirement years. So now we're going to take a look at your federal income tax, and I'll show you how to calculate your Social Security and Medicare taxes too. You got to find where your salary fits in the range. So you've got, if your taxable income is at least this amount, but not over this amount. So you need to figure out which line you're on. I'm going to be here because I make over 38, but not over 82. Okay? All right, so now I see the tax is $4,453.50 plus 22% of the amount over 38,700. All right. Huh? Well, here's what you do, okay? First, I want you to take whatever your salary was that you wrote down on line 1 of the other page. Mine was 55,000. And I'm going to write that up here. Write down whichever yours is on your paper. Okay. You can use a calculator, but I'm going to show you the steps. Okay. So I've got mine as 55,000. That's my gross annual income, GAI. Now it says the tax is $4,453.50 plus 22% of the amount greater than 38,700. So I'm going to need first to know how much greater than 38,700 my salary is. All right? So I'm going to take my salary and subtract this number. So you're going to take your salary and subtract whichever number fits into your equation. Okay? So mine happens to be 38. So I'm going to take 58,000 minus 38,700. Okay? And I come up with $16,300. Okay. So now I have the amount over that. I need to now take this percentage of that amount. So now I'm going to take 16,300, whatever you had for your figure, and you're going to find that percentage of it. Do you know how to find a percentage? Okay, it's not hard. So when you're finding a percentage, mine is 22%. So I'll put 22% right here. I need to convert it to a decimal, right? In order to do this math. So remember, there's a hidden decimal point behind every whole number. And I'm simply going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. You're always going to move it 2 places to the left when finding the percent. Okay, and I'll re-add the decimal point here. And then I'm going to erase my percent. So notice there were 2 spots on the percent sign, right? So you're going to move it 2 spots. And then this decimal takes the place of the percent sign. So 22% is equal to 0.22 of a whole 1. Make sense? Hopefully. If not, watch it again. Think about a pie, okay? 22% of the pie is 0.22, and if you add up 0.25 and 0.25 and 0.25 and 0.3, you're going to get 1 whole pie. I should teach math. Okay, but I don't. So 22% of 16,300. So 16,300, and I'm going to multiply it. Multiply it by 0.22. And that gives me $3,586. All right, got there. Now, the next step is to add this amount to the number that I just came up with. So I'm going to take 3,586 plus 4,453.50. And remember, we are going to have decimal points. We're looking at money. after I subtract this, 1 second. Sorry for the interruption. So now I'm going to add this together. Okay. 0, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8,039. All right, so we had 8,039.50. That is my yearly tax. What do I have to do to find my monthly federal income tax? I've got to divide it by the number of months in a year, which is 12. So if I divide this by 12, I'm going to get, let's see, 8,039 divided by 12. Oh, 8,039.50 divided by 12 gives me, oh, look at this. I'm going to do some rounding, right? So 8 rounds the 5 up to a 6. The 6 rounds the 9 up to a whole number. And then that's going to round this from $669 to $670. Or, because it's money, I can just round up to $669.96, which is what I'm going to do. Okay? So $6,609.96 a month is my federal income tax. So when you get to that number, you are going to then plug it in right here. $669.96. Okay? Okay, so now the rest of it will go pretty fast. Do you remember how to convert a percentage into a decimal? That's the next step we've got to do to find our monthly Social Security tax amount. So 6.2%, remember I'm going to get rid of my 2 dots here and I'm going to move it, my decimal point 2 over. So I've got 0.062 because there's no number in front of the 6. I've got to fill in a 0 there. So 6.2% becomes 0.062. Now if we come down here and look at monthly Medicare tax amount, 1.4%, move it 2 to the left, put a dot, add a 0. We've got 0.014. All right. Now, to calculate this, you've got to take this amount and multiply it by your gross monthly income. So I'm going to take 4,583.33 cents and I'm going to multiply it by 0.062. And that's going to give me $284 and how many cents? 17, because we're going to round it up, right? Okay, now I'm going to do that again for 0.014. 0.014 times my monthly income, 4583.33, and that's going to give me $64.17. So now line 6 says to add lines 3, 4, and 5. So line 3, line 4, and line 5 are going to get added together, and that number is going to go in the next box. So I've got 669.96 plus 284.17 plus 64.17, and that equals $1,018.30. I'm going to add the 0. Okay? Now, I need to then take my monthly income, which is 45, 83, 33, and I need to subtract my deductions, my monthly taxes. 1,018.30. Okay? So 4583.33 minus 1018.30, and that equals $3,565.03. That number gets repeated down here. And that, my friends, is what we call your take-home pay. It's also called your net monthly income. Now, most of the time, we also take out insurance. We may have pre-tax retirement, monies that we're putting into a 401k. And so that would be taken out as well. All right? It's pretty complicated, but you can do it. It's just multiplication and division and addition and subtraction. Watch the video as many times as you want. Hopefully you make more money than me, right? All right, good luck, guys.